Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts, Chapter 3. I found this chapter very instructive. MPR 3:8. Your soul is the lord of your body. Suffer not the subject to rebel, nor to assert its sway, for its domination cannot be beneficial. Let the soul not only vitalize, but rule and direct the flesh, that wildness and excesses may be held in leash. MPR 3:20. The soul is not born, nor does it know itself as a soul. The purpose of its earthly journey is to awaken it to self-awareness, and to provide it with the ability to continue existence in the region beyond the West. Therefore, how could it enter upon earthly life with these things? Were they already there, life on earth would have no purpose. MPR 3:25. That by which we know the texture of things, by which we taste, smell, and hear, by which we experience the tenderness and suffering of love, and perceive the beauty of nature, by which we value the glory of self-sacrifice, by that we are also assured of something immortal within us. MPR 3:26. For when a man comes to the realization that it is by the soul within him that he knows and experiences all things about him, he has taken the first great steps toward conscious immortality. MPR 3:27. When the body and soul are torn apart, what remains? No man lives by the air he breathes in and the air he breathes out. It is something more, the soul that gives life. MPR 3:28. As the one fire entering the earth in oneness becomes different, here, there, and everywhere, according to the nature of that which it consumes, so the one soul vitalizing the souls of men becomes different according to the nature of its covering. MPR 3:29. As the one air passes through the pipes and becomes different according to the nature of the pipes, so the one essence in the souls of men becomes different according to the manner of its use. The soul experiences life in the mortal world through the body. It is what contains it, much like a spacesuit contains all you need to survive, or consider it a car. If you keep the maintenance up, take care of it, then it will not fail you. But if you overindulge, it will soon fail. If we will not take control of the body's impulses, let the body just go on its own without discipline, and then it lacks the ability to tell you when it's had enough. It will continue to push itself until it can go no further. Drugs or stimulants deaden the senses, so the soul can push past the body's warnings. It's nearing its breaking point. Your body does tell you what it needs. You only need to listen and respect the body enough to understand it is not immortal. Having said this, just so that you understand, I am aware I don't live this life and therefore hypocritical. I will be honest that I have overindulged on food and overweight. So this is an aspect that I do have trouble with. Yet I often get signs from my body that it's had enough and I need to adjust. I should respect it more, but it remains stronger than I have a right to expect. I say this to point out, while I understand the value in the verse and others that talk about the need for restraint, I am human and do struggle with this. Free will should not be given up to a book or another person. Do not assume that a person that says great things lives a life without flaws. Role models are those that create through writing like the Bible, the Quran, or other books that claim to know God's words are dangerous. Not because the words have power, but because in our desperation for certainty, we will discard free will and just follow those that claim to have the answers. Claim to know what God wants and promise you if you conform, even if it makes no sense, God will wait for you at the finish line with a pat on the head and a treat for doing a good job. There are many paths to take. Some are easier than others. Some are ideal. But God is not a punishing God, and I think He expects you to make mistakes, but He expects you to learn from them. Only humanity fails to see the value in suffering the consequences of its actions.